come on over, baby. Oh, hey, shit. Did not know that you were part of my my carpool karaoke right now. You might be thinking, Matt, I see cars behind you moving. Do you think that's safe to be driving while filming yourself? Well, my phone is on a stand, so I'm not holding it like I usually do. So let's calm down a little bit, police officers. Jeez. Internet police officers too. I am in traffic right now. I'm at the end of it, I think, because it's getting a little bit better, but I'm leaving Portland to get the fuck out and come back to Vancouver's regular traffic. Portland's traffic, though, that's a different ball game. A different ball game. It's not as bad as Los Angeles traffic. The difference is in Los Angeles and a lot of California, people say, hey, California people drive like maniacs. They do. They drive like 1,000,000 miles an hour, but they kind of have it figured out, though, like, because they're kind of used to just having shitty traffic, so they know how to drive. You know, the whole zipper thing, letting people in, going, letting people in. Portland and Vancouver, not so much. Not a lot of evolution going on in the brains here as far as traffic goes. So it's a lot of people driving to the end and going, I'm gonna go way up here and try to get in like an asshole, even though everybody's going in from this way. People don't want to wait their turn. So this is not a rant about traffic. Sorry. I could go all day. I hate being in traffic. But what am I doing? Why am I in traffic? Thanks to my friends. I'm not gonna blame them. I'm picking up a packet. We have a race on Saturday. It's my first official race since the beginning of this journey. I'm pretty excited. Since the beginning of this new weight loss journey. If you don't know my story already, a little bit of reversal here. Before I gained a whole bunch of weight within like 3.5 years of just being depressed and doing nothing, I gained a lot of weight back. But before that, I started to, I lost about 260 pounds. I was hiking every day. I did all these different obstacle races, and it was really awesome. And then I tried to do, well, I didn't try. I finished a half marathon, but my body was not ready for that. So that's when I injured myself, and I hurt just everywhere. I messed my feet up with the biggest blisters. No, my whole foot on each foot was like a blister because I bought brand new shoes that I never even wore before. And then I wore those on a half marathon, ripped my feet apart. Go ahead, buddy. Come on in. See, I'm a nice guy. One in and then you pass them up. That's how you do it. I'm from California, bitch. Anyway. Please pay attention, people behind me. All right, so I don't want to spend this whole video ranting about shitty drivers all around me. But anyway, I injured myself, my feet, my back, my whole entire body. And for the first time in a long time, I found myself just sitting at home. And like I said, I never worked on the mental health. And so all of that came crashing down. And then 3.5 years after that is when I gained a bunch of weight. But my point of this video is I wanted to talk about obstacle races and just races or any kind of event that you might be thinking about going to, and maybe you're not as in shape as a lot of the people that are going to be there. Maybe, you know, everybody there is more advanced. They have a lot more training. Maybe you're a little bit overweight and you're like, I don't know if I'm going to be the only big person there. I just want to let you know, those are all the thoughts that I had in my mind, especially the first obstacle course. Because before I did the first obstacle course, I did a bunch of silly races, kind of like the one I'm starting on Saturday. And the one I'm doing on Saturday is a bubble run, so it's just like a 5K, I think it's a little over 3 miles. And they're gonna have foam and bubbles everywhere. It's gonna be ridiculous, and I'm gonna walk it. I'm not gonna be crazy and run it. I don't know who's trying to run through foam and bubbles. But anyway, those are just fun little events, and those ones for sure are really open, and you know, pretty much anybody can go to that. I even read something on there that if you have like you're in a wheelchair or a walker, you just walk really slow, there's areas for you to go. They're not as hardcore about competition on these bubble runs, black light runs, all these different kind of themed runs. It's almost just to have fun with your friends, dress up, and do a little race of some sort. And at the end of it, they usually have like music and food and whatever else. It's pretty fun stuff. I highly suggest it. You don't have to be in amazing shape. As you can tell, I'm still 460 pounds and I'm doing a race tomorrow. So I'm not going to push myself. I'm going to have a good time. But if you're thinking about doing a obstacle race, that's a little bit different. They're still pretty open about what shape you're in. So that's what I was really worried about, because the first mud run that I did, it was I can't remember the name, but it was a mud run of some sort, and it had obstacle courses, and I was nervous because I know there's a lot of things at this obstacle course, or at the obstacle course that I was going to do. I knew that there was going to be certain things that I just could not do, and that would be lifting myself up or climbing up a rope or something like that. It's going to be a long time before I can do something like that. A lot of work I got to put in for that. But it's fine. You know, you can go, if you go to an obstacle course race and you're not fit enough to do certain parts, you know, you can just walk around that one. There's a whole bunch of parts of the course that you can go. And I was very scared when I went. I made a bunch of posts about how nervous I was. I sat in my car for so long just trying to talk myself into going. So if you're nervous about doing any kind of event or race or whatever it is, I understand that, but I promise you, you will be so happy that you did it. Here's the thing, I did the obstacle course race by myself. I didn't bring any friends, so that's why I was even more nervous. I didn't have any friends with me to joke around with or to help push me into going once I got there. So I almost left. I almost got in my car and drove home, and I was like, I just can't do it. And I almost had an anxiety attack. I was losing my shit, so I get it. But what I have to say about that is that I pushed myself and I went through with it, and I was so happy afterwards. And I cannot express this enough. It was a really good decision. I hurt myself a little bit, but I mean, that if you're doing obstacle course races, you're gonna hurt yourself at some point. I had some bruises and I got real muddy, but I had to skip a couple of the things, but some of them I gave it a go. Like, I lifted myself up over a couple of the things, and I surprised myself. I climbed over this really tall rope thing that was hard to do. I felt so good at the end of it, and I felt so accomplished. And they give you like a trophy and all kinds of stuff at the end, but it's really finishing that race. And then the one thing I really want to get across that will help motivate you to do these kind of races and whatever events, even just hiking. If you're nervous about going out in public and hiking, I'm telling you right now, everywhere I've gone where I've done something healthy, like hiking, walking, any kind of obstacle race, a marathon, I am telling you, the people there are so nice. I have never had any problems with any person who was in shape or whatever else. No one ever gave me any kind of discouragement. Now, what I can tell you is I had a lot of encouragement. A lot of people just excited that I was there, so happy that I was taking control of my life. It was really inspiring, and they just like clap for you. They're just legitimately, they feel so good that you're having a good time and that you're working hard, and then you inspire other people, because they're like, wow, this guy's doing such a great job at this size. You know, this makes me want to go even harder, or this just really excites me. So if you're nervous about it, I'm telling you, just give it a go. And if for some reason you can't finish it, or you have to go to the side, everybody will understand, nobody will judge you, and you'll have a good time, I promise. I've done a lot of races being highly overweight and in a little bit better shape or whatever. I've never had a negative experience because of other people around me. So if you're thinking about it, give it a go. But today, I got my packet, and on Saturday, we're doing the bubble run. So be prepared to see some footage from that. I'm so excited to do my first race, and there'll be plenty more.